Balfour. The microphone is always on. The microphone is always on. Alan Balfour.
I'm here to tell you today we've been lied to. Toastmasters for years has told us that the scariest thing in the universe is to stand on this stage and give a speech. Here to tell you today that's not true. The scariest thing in the universe is to stand in an empty, soundproof room with a microphone. You see, to the professional radio and television broadcasters of the world, the fact that you can do your job countless times correctly and never be noticed doesn't bother you. What keeps you awake at night is the certain knowledge that you will be immortalized on YouTube for the one time you screwed it up. Because there is but one law in professional broadcasting, and that is the microphone is always on. And if the microphone is on, somebody's recording you. Today I'm going to teach you to be the perfect professional broadcaster by giving you actual examples of people who weren't. The first thing you want to do if you want to be the perfect professional broadcaster is to speak slowly. Speak slowly. You do not want to trip over your own words. It's very embarrassing to announce that you work for Indiana's first broad chasing station. Speaking slowly lets you get the correct syllables in the correct order, especially if you're on top of the hour newscast and say, "The rumor that the president had vetoed the bill reportedly came from a high White Horse souse." Speaking slowly is also important if you're a traffic reporter and you've been called upon to give a 10-second commercial for a brand new client whose product is JR's hard, poor corn pants. I don't have to tell you what happened, do I? So speak slowly. Second thing you want to do if you want to be the perfect professional broadcaster is to engage your brain. Think about what you're doing, people. If you're reading from a teleprompter, don't just lock your eyes to your mouth and take a holiday. Don't do it. Because you might get it right. The teleprompter guy's going to screw it up. The body was found with the arms and legs dismembered, tied into a sack and floating in the bay. I'll be back with more sports in a moment. Engaging your brain also important if you are on the air and somebody comes running in to hand you a piece of breaking news. Now this just in, the governor had been ill for quite some time, and this illness was caused by his death. We tried to reach him, but we were told at the executive mansion that he is away at present on a little vacation. Now, another thing you're not allowed to do at that moment is to open the door and cuss out the guy that handed that to you. Why? Because that microphone's on. We were spared this summer, weren't we? You know how hot it is in Texas normally, 105, 106, 107 for the next 3 months. But when that happens, the forecast is not sunny and hot today, high in the mid-100s. Engage your brain. The third lesson is the one that is most important to every Toastmaster in this room, but I'm going to see if you can figure it out. Yeah, I'll tell you what it is at the end. But in the meantime, let me tell you about my friend Mark Elliott. Mark's an anchor at an all-news station in Atlanta now. But when I met him, he was an anchor for a brand new all-news FM station here in Dallas. He knows that the Federal Communications Commission requires you to identify your station by call sign and city of license every hour at the top of every hour. They don't care that your station has just flipped formats from country to all news, and you haven't filed the legal paperwork yet to change the call sign. They also don't care if your multi-million-dollar automation system that would let you just push the button to have the call sign read automatically fails. We have help from BJ Austin at the state capitol. Thanks to CNN and Channel 8 for their reporting. The news is next at 7 o'clock. This is KSNN, Arlington, Dallas, Fort Worth. AEWS News Time is 7 o'clock. I'm Mark Elliott. Here's what's happening in Belgium tonight. If you hear nothing else today, if you take no other lesson away from my presentation, take Mark Elliott's advice. Never tell the audience you made a mistake. Keep right on going like you meant to do it. How many of you want to be sportscasters? Anybody? You thought you could do it as well as Brad Sham? If you decide to do this, remain calm. Remain calm even if you're calling college football in the Deep South in November. Score is tied, 28 seconds to go. Looks like a pass. It is a pass. Intercepted by Jaworski, number 22. He's going to the 10, to the 20. He's going. Look at that son of a run! Did you notice there was a word I didn't use then? The current fine for using that word is $550,000. Cash. A few miscellaneous things as we close. The national anthem of the United States is not the Star-Spangled Banana. If you're broadcasting from the Metropolitan Opera and an important woman walks in the room and the room rises as one to see where she places herself in the audience, all eyes are not on her as she picks her seat. And finally, and most importantly, if you're going to call into a famous nationally radio talk show and you want to express an opinion that is different from that of the current government of Cuba, you are not a member of any anti-castrate forces. Unless you're running for president. And somebody you thought was an ally offers to perform, say, elective surgery because he disagrees with your speech, and your ally forgot the microphone is on, and because the microphone is on, he was being recorded. Madam Toastmaster.